When you first develop tinnitus, it's really helpful to know what action to take. It can be quite a scary experience, and you can quite quickly, if you go on the internet, find very unhelpful information that can cause your stress levels to go up. So if you must research and find out, I think it's incredibly helpful to find good sources of information. So you could look up Pavel Yastrebov's model on tinnitus. He worked with Jonathan Hazel, who was a consultant surgeon at University College in London, and they had this approach to tinnitus which really helped bring in the tinnitus retraining therapy approach to tinnitus, which is understanding the stress response or the fight or flight response, and how this really causes our hearing to become super sensitized and activated. When you understand cognitively what's going on, when you look at, for example, Joseph Rauschecker's TED Talk, where he shows very clearly how they mapped people with tinnitus in a functional MRI scan. So you've got live pictures of people's brains and which part of the brain lit up and caused tinnitus. He points very clearly to the nucleus accumbens, which is a part of the limbic system that causes the auditory cortex to flare up and become up to 3 times more sensitized. So the normal sound world goes inside the central nervous system, sounds up to 3 times louder if you're in a state of fear, fight or flight, threat, overwhelm, depression. And that's really helpful because it shows very clearly that if we can settle our system down and come out of fear, overwhelm, and start to feel safe, calm and relaxed inside ourselves, inside the body, this is a way out of tinnitus. So understanding cognitively what's going on really helps. Getting your head around this condition really helps. And for a brief period of time, if you go onto a tinnitus forum, there can be a lot of really useful information there. And please research the positive stories, positive tinnitus stories. Find out about how the people got better. Don't get stuck in clumps of negativity. One of the hardest things to change with tinnitus are people's mindsets. So if you hang out with a group of stuck people who've had tinnitus for a long time, who believe there's no way out of it, and they're just kind of in a state of doom and gloom and oh my God, we'll never get rid of this, it's quite likely that you will be stressed out by this and you may believe some of the mindsets there. This is not helpful at all. I think it's much better to put your focus and energy and all your practices into things that are going to make you calm down, feel safe, calm and relaxed inside your body as a direct experience. Thinking about it's probably not going to cut the mustard. What we want is to feel and experience well-being. And this is something that you will get from hands-on body work. So finding a good hands-on therapist who can really settle you, that's going to be a really big piece of the puzzle. I would recommend going once a week to see somebody, and at the end of that hour, you just feel incredibly relaxed. The head switched off, all the twitters calmed down, and the body feels really comfortable. It's like you're almost asleep, but you're not asleep, and the body feels really calm, and you get off the couch, boom, you feel really in touch with the body on the ground. You really feel a sense of calm and well-being inside your body. Most body-based therapists are brilliant at achieving this. So reflexology, cranial sacral therapy, shiatsu, chiropractic, osteopathy. There are so many fantastic health practitioners out there, body-based practitioners who can really settle you down and relax you. Cranial sacral therapy worked wonders for me. I recommend it highly because it's very, very gentle and it can drop you into a deep state of calm. But some of you would prefer a much more full-on deep tissue massage or rolfing to get right in there and free things up. If you have acute structural issues in your body, it's great to see an osteopath or a chiropractor to really release all the blocks and to get your system aligned. The more your body is aligned and comfortable, the more your nervous system can cope with the everyday stresses of life and settle into a prevailing sense of well-being. That's what you want. So finding a good hands-on therapist, going once a week until you feel much better, that's going to really help symptoms settle. With cranial work or more sensitive therapies, what you're looking for is to release and settle the buzzy charge in the ear area, just inside and in the temporal cortex and the auditory cortex. There's a lot of activation, and with very calm, gentle, quiet, but hands-on contacts, you can really release the buzzy charge. There's a whole story behind how each of these hands-on therapies work, but you're going to need a lot of work around the base of the head, the ear area, the jaw, the chewing muscles. Freeing this up definitely helps tinnitus. And getting your body to relax and getting your focus, instead of being up and out and hypervigilant, listening out for danger, you need to be settling in and feeling safe inside the body. And by safe, I mean you feel how you are inside and you feel comfortable inside you. Hands-on therapists can help you get there. If you're dealing with psychological issues, so for example you have bullies in the family, you're not allowed to say what you want, that things have to be a certain way, or there's really nasty dynamics going on where you don't feel safe and you can't settle, then I really encourage you to find a good psychotherapist, somebody who can help you unpack your issues, really become aware of the dynamics involved and help you find a way of settling and accepting and letting be, or doing what's needed to help you move into a much calmer, safer place. Everybody has dynamics that they need to deal with, and sometimes if your mind is constantly full of certain narratives that you can't seem to switch off, there's certain reactivities with certain people in your life, it's very helpful to get support and to work through to some sense of resolution. So have a look at yourself and see what needs help in your life. Maybe you have very physical body issues, so you're going to need to find a good hands-on therapist to release them and help you settle. Or if you've got psychological, emotional, relational issues, then find a good psychotherapist to help you process, settle, and really relax into a state of well-being. Because the fundamental truth of tinnitus is that what helps it back off is you feeling safe. So you have safe relationships where you feel calm, you can trust, you have a sense of integrity, you know where the other person stands. You can engage in pleasurable activities like eating, friendship, bonding, intimate contact, massage, hanging out with on a lovely autumn afternoon by the lake, whatever it is. But don't underestimate the power of really positive relational dynamics. So having a lovely picnic, having a lovely massage, watching a fantastic film together, this makes us feel safe. And when we feel safe, frequently the alarm bells stop ringing. Every day I hear people say to me, oh, last week, I had a really good week. The tinnitus was much better, a bit quieter in the background. And I went out for supper with friends on Thursday night and I came home and had practically gone. This isn't magic. This isn't some weird quirk of fate. It's just we are all relational beings, and when we feel safe, well, and trusting and in good company, this is one of the safest experiences we can have. So the alarm bells stop ringing. The fight or flight response, danger, danger, oh my God, that can settle and our senses switch off when we feel safe. This is fundamental to understand tinnitus. So in Joseph Rauschecker's talk on TED, fantastically clear talk, he says that feeling depressed or overwhelmed or isolated causes the nucleus accumbens to punish us with responses like tinnitus. So if we feel alone or isolated or overwhelmed, our senses, because we feel unsafe, they ramp up and switch on, so that if we feel danger out there, if there's a lion or a person with a gun or somebody who frightens us out there, then we naturally rise up and listen out for danger, look out for danger. We feel anxious and we get far too activated, and this causes the alarm bells to start ringing. This is our hearing listening out far too sensitively, so that we end up hearing the internal buzz. So feeling safe is the way out of this. So relational stuff is actually very important. Find a good hands-on therapist. I also recommend learning a body-based practice. Most of the tinnitus people I work with have not yet learned to self-soothe. So the best way of calming yourself down and settling yourself, so coming out of fight or flight into mode, one of the best ways of doing this is practicing yoga or tai chi, some body-based practice where you're regularly hanging out in a flock of sheep with a shepherd looking after you. Find a teacher and a good class that's very safe, where everybody's going inside themselves and you're spending a good hour to an hour and a half just focusing on the feeling of the body. This is going to connect you to the felt sense of the body. So if you have a tendency to space out or leave or go off into Twitter thinking, you're going to need to ground yourself in body-based experience. And to be honest, most tinnitus people that I see can't do this yet. So when you learn how to do this, you become much stronger, much clearer, and frankly much more robust and able to deal with the everyday stresses. So after a while, when you've been practicing this for a couple of years, your robustness gets much stronger and it takes much more to activate you. So definitely helpful to learn a body-based practice that you like and enjoy, and over a period of time you will get more robust and stronger and grounded and less mental and flighty and stuck in fearful thinking. Fearful thinking actually is one of the biggest culprits behind tinnitus. Mindsets and negative thoughts and tendencies that cause anxiety are not helpful. They keep tinnitus going. We want to get you out of fearful thinking and into calm, relaxed, safe experiences with self and other friends, etc. So one other thing that I want to say is that lots of simple, easy things add up to a lot of help with tinnitus. If you look at Stephen Porges's polyvagal theory, he's done a lot of research in North America into the importance of the vagus nerve, the part of the nervous system that switches off the stress response. It's very, very interesting because a lot of the behaviors we can get into that switch off the stress response can be incredibly helpful for tinnitus. So for example, yawning, this simple everyday activity. When you see somebody yawning, it's very infectious. You're probably starting to yawn now. It's incredibly good to yawn. If you get into yawning, as you're going into that movement, you can actually hear the fluttering of the muscles around the eardrum and you can feel the eustachian tubes clicking and opening up, and your eyes start watering up, your nose gets moist, and actually your throat gets wet. This is parasympathetic activation. This is causing your body to de-stress and do exactly the right thing when it starts calming down, and that's secreting fluids, opening up the tubes, and freeing up stress in all the structures that are closely linked into hearing and tinnitus. So something as simple as you can get that slight fluttery sound in your eardrums, and you can feel when we're stressed out, everything's tight and dry. When we're relaxed, everything's moist and open and free. And so something like yawning can go right into these structures and kind of tremble them and release them into a much more comfortable, open, free state. Just like stretching. When we do this, in this kind of behavior, animals, cats are geniuses at doing this. Learn from your cats. They spend the whole day long stretching, cleaning, preening themselves. It's very, very good for you. It's very relaxing, and it causes your body to open up and feel so much better. I've just done that, and I can feel a warmth down the side of my head, neck, shoulders. My throat feels more open. I can feel like my chest starting to open up. So yawning, stretching, and sighing, you're going to think I'm crazy now, but if you go into you're getting your diaphragm, the muscle that attaches at the front and right down to the base of the back here. You're getting your whole breathing system to release and let go. So sighing, really making a noise, really getting off your chest, really releasing the whole upper body, the whole thoracic cavity. Massively good for opening everything up. And releasing, which is the way out of tinnitus. You want to connect to the body and free up the tension, open everything up, and get everything flowing, right from eustachian tubes and stapedius muscles holding the eardrum tightly to a more sort of open, comfortable, at ease state, which is a direct experience in the body. This isn't mental, this is not cognitive, this is experiential. This is in the body, experiencing and feeling well-being. So yawning, sighing, massaging, giving yourself facials, caressing. This is what you need to be doing on a regular basis. I do this all the time when I'm demonstrating with clients. And I can just feel myself almost starting to settle and relax, and it's really lovely. Also, another last thing that's very parasympathetic, so it brings your stress levels down. Babies on the mother's breast are the jaws forward and they're suckling, and they're hopefully in a very, very powerfully positive bonding with the mother. This is deeply nourishing and calming. So drinking and humming, eating, there are certain intimate things as well that you can enjoy too. That's actually very, very soothing and calming and boosts your pleasure receptors in the body. All the life prolonging behaviors, so eating well, bonding, lovemaking, friendship, laughing. Laughing's a brilliant one, again, releasing the tension in the diaphragm and expressing it. All these pleasurable, yummy experiences in the sort of the jaw forward oral kind of way is very settling for the nervous system, that opens up everything and gets these stress levels to come down. So if you're singing or if you're humming. Singing and humming are happy activities. We don't sing and hum when we're terrified. So if we actually practice singing and humming, this is very parasympathetic again. It's going to start settling yourself down. So these very ordinary everyday activities can add up to an awful lot of positivity for our nervous system. Join a choir, start singing, hum, really look after your jaw, really kind of develop a positive, yummy, pleasurable, pleasant experience in this part of the body. It's incredibly useful on a daily basis. When you're shaving, guys, look in the mirror, practice yawning, have a good sigh, give yourself a facial massage. Your stress levels are going to come down, crucially where they need to come down. Meditating, slow walking, all these things can help you get better. So I just wanted to say this is the right thing to do. These simple activities can really get you on the path to recovery.